Final Fantasy is arguably the most well-known and accomplished RPG series in history. It has touched many gamers with its epic stories, memorable characters, and its classic battle system. But after the release of Final Fantasy XIII, many of us were left wondering, where would the future take us for the series? In this video, I'll be evaluating where Square Enix could take the series and how Final Fantasy will have to take a big step to try to compete with the present market. If we look at the Final Fantasy series as a whole, it's essentially, at its core, a turn-based strategy RPG. Although each game took a slightly different take of this formula, it is essentially the core of every Final Fantasy game. This slow style of gameplay allows for fairly complex gameplay mechanics in every battle. You can't just approach every enemy the same way. There are varying variations on the best way to deal with a situation, and that, at its core, is the appeal of the Final Fantasy gameplay. But this can also be called an out-of-date formula. If you were to look at recent RPGs, we are more and more seeing the trend of a third-person action game. Good examples of this are Skyrim and Dark Souls, although Skyrim is first and third person depending on how you want to look at it. These games are able to mix old-style leveling and multiple abilities with the fast-paced action of battle. Now, why is this type of formula so popular these days? Because, to be frank, modern-age gamers are more focused on fast-paced action. We can see this with the rise of modern shooters such as Battlefield and COD. Whereas if we look at the Final Fantasy formula, it comes across as very dull and boring in comparison. Not to say the Final Fantasy style of gameplay is boring, but for many gamers it doesn't compare with the more modern type of gameplay. So should Final Fantasy have to conform to being like this? Well, there are two ways we can look at it. There is no doubt that the JRPG is not as popular as it used to be. We have seen decreases in the amount of JRPGs hitting the foreign market and, like I stated earlier, more of a swing towards the more action-packed Western RPG. Whereas one of the more well-received JRPGs in years, Xenoblade, was more of an action and fast-paced game. However, if you bring a game like that into the main Final Fantasy series, there's a chance you might split the fan base, and if you don't bring in any new fans, then you're just left with another big mess. Although you run this risk, I honestly feel like gameplay somewhat similar to that of Kingdom Hearts is what the franchise needs. And this is coming from a pretty damn hardcore fan. Believe me, I love Final Fantasy, I love the turn-based strategy, I love the grinding, but I feel that in the market we have now, if Final Fantasy sticks to its roots, it might perish. Advances like these have to be made to make sure this series sticks around for a long time to come. This is why I'm excited at the hopefully it comes out Final Fantasy Versus. It will be interesting to see gamers' response to such changes and to see whether it's the right way to head for the future. Thank you for listening, please check out my channel. I haven't been posting many videos lately, but I'm planning to change my ways and, well, post videos. I do Pokemon Let's Plays, occasionally Final Fantasy videos, lists. Yeah, check it all out, post comments on what you think about what I've said and what you think about this video down below. And yeah, just check me out and cool. This has been Awsesomecheetos, signing out.